Well, I can't wait to get into it. And I thought we could start in by going back 12 weeks ish, 12 weeks or so before we started working together. Could you paint us a picture for the women who will be watching this video of specifically inside of your relationship? What life was like at that time for you, and how you would describe maybe the most stuck parts that you were seeing then?
Mm, I would say, gosh, I was at a pretty low point when we first started talking about me joining this workshop. And then, um, and then it actually got worse. Within a
Mm,
couple of weeks of joining, I felt like we were at an all-time low in our relationship, and me, honestly, just in my life, in the direction that I was heading in was completely, I felt blind. Like I had no idea where anything was going. I felt like my relationship was literally in peril.
mm,
Um, there was no, uh, there didn't seem to be any motivation to make it better on my partner's part.
mm,
And he probably felt like I had decided he was never going to be the person I needed him to be, and he wasn't willing to even try anymore.
mm,
And basically, I felt like I was free falling with no safety net. And my career was also feeling a little really stuck, and I knew I had some really big decisions to make,
mm,
and I didn't feel I was able to make them. I was completely stuck in this place where I couldn't see my future mapped out in any way. My
mm.
relationship, my career, my life, I just, it was really, it was pretty dismal. And I felt powerless. I had no confidence. I had no self-esteem. I hated the way I looked.
Mm.
I mean, there was really nothing positive going on.
What's happened for you? What's changed or what's different?
Well, I think through the course that we've been on, and I remember at one point when I thought everything was just falling apart, I actually said to you, I don't know if I'm the right person to be in this course, because
Mhm,
unlocking your passion, and building on a successful relationship was not something I felt
mm,
I qualified for anymore. And then you and the other women reminded me that I was in exactly the right place, because this course was designed for us to find ourselves within the course, to us to take our power back, to take control of our lives, to feel empowered, to feel strong, to
mm,
feel feminine and sensual, and all of the great things that you feel when you're connected to yourself.
mm,
And I realized I had no connection to myself. I had let go of the reins and given them over to someone else. And I needed to take this time to work on getting myself back to a place, or maybe for the first time, where I
mm.
felt really, really happy, really driven toward my own goals. Like I could create my own schedule and be okay with that, and just to find some joy, and to
Yeah.
get my direction, get my bearings back. And being in this course with all of these women really allowed me to find that space and to really focus on myself.
Mm. Wow. Wow. I love how clear you are. Thank you for that.
So
Yes.
I think that this program has made me realize that I desperately need to have my own independence and my own, I love the visual we talked about, where there's your partner and then there's you, and then there's this lovely sort of crossover that becomes the third entity,
Mm,
which is your relationship and who you both are together. There have been some really sage pieces of, uh, I don't know how to put it, some of the things that you say during our weekly class just make things so clear, things I've even known in the past, things
Hmm.
that I've said to myself, but just the way that you put it made me just kind of go, those aha moments, like, oh my gosh, like I totally get this now.
Mm.
And if I could say, one of the things that I wrote down is that I think when you learn how to listen to your partner, which often we don't, we think we're listening, but we're really judging and getting ready for our response. And so when I learned how to listen, and also when you advised us to think about what we want, what response are we looking for when we put something out to our partner? What is our goal with that statement? And that, I think that was a life-changing moment for me,
Mm.
because I realized that, my husband has called me, playing the victim in the past. And I realized that we play the victim when we put words out, that when we're looking for a response that doesn't serve either of us. We're looking for, to make them feel guilty, to make us feel better somehow, that we've taken a dig, or we've asked for attention that we're not going to get if we ask for.
Hmm.
It's not like asking for attention in a healthy way. It's like, you're really playing a victim, where we would like to be and what life could be like. And then having all the other women there to, in an unbiased, positive,
Mm.
completely judgment-free zone that feels very protected. And um, we have all of these women we can just talk to. And it's not like we're looking for advice, but we're using each other as sounding boards and learning from each other all at the same time. And I think that was something I was really lacking as well, is I didn't have anyone to talk to. I would say to any woman considering a space in this program to not hesitate, because you will make it what you need it to be. It's just fun, and it's just nice to have something that is just ours
I love
for
that.
all of those weeks where I'm like, I've got my thing on Saturday. I'm going to be with my girls, and and it was, it's great. It's fun. I feel like I have 12 new friends. I realize how much I've changed over the 12 weeks, from coming from this very, very dark place, and I was depressed. I was completely unhappy with where my life was at. And now today, I think I told you that I danced this morning for the first time in a long time while I was getting ready for the
Mm.
work today. And my partner and I are really in it together now. I'm listening. I've gotten to a place of really good support for him. We're talking about major changes in our life. I've made some major business decisions that I've been stuck on for a long time. And I mean, all of that clearing, it can't just be a coincidence that I was in
Right.
this program for 12 weeks, and then all of this evolution has happened during that time.
Mm.
This is a really, really great experience. And I think any woman is going to get something beautiful out of joining this program.